All right, welcome back to the Iowa Grand Fleet Gaming channel. I'm Jimmy, and today I'm actually joined by
Charlie.
What up, Charlie?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, let's go over this pie chart real quick so we can get into the game. Real quick, we've got one Nami player who is undefeated at this point. Four Enels, one Ace, three Sakazukis, one Kuro, one Bello Betty, and one Purple Luffy. I think this is round 3, so we've got
Sakazuki versus Enel, the two big charts.
Yep.
Two big chunks.
Big boys. So let's roll into it, see how it works out. All right. So in this matchup, we've got, like we were saying, Enel versus Sakazuki. We've got Evan on Enel and Phil on Sakazuki.
The most statistically likely match to happen. Who would have thought?
Other than the mirror on Sakazuki.
Yeah, I guess.
Looking at those finals from
Well,
the European or the top 4 from the European finals.
It was 6 out of 8.
Yep.
6 out of 8 were
Yep.
Sakazuki.
And then the top 4 were all Sakazukis. So
yes. And I
Fun,
think,
fun.
like the top 256 was like 150 Sakazukis.
it's so much.
Yeah.
Sakazuki is a point for a different video, I think, though. In this one, we've got my roommate Phil, who has been on the channel actually before, playing Sakazuki, and we've got Evan playing Enel. I think we've No, we haven't. Evan is new. He's
Very new to the game.
He's
Very new to the
3
game.
or 4 weeks, and he's already doing so well. You've commented about it before. You messaged me actually after the tournament saying that he's going to be dangerous in the simple fact that he's going to steal some wins.
Yeah, he's picking up on the game very quickly, and he's learning from all the best players at our scene.
He's having the very fortunate knowledge to play against some of our best players.
Yeah.
You, Zach, Phil, Nick Davis. Like, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, he's getting a crash course. So it looks like Phil's just gonna leader effect and pass turn.
Rob Lucci to draw, or discard Rob Lucci to draw a card.
Yep. Classic rinse and repeat Sakazuki stuff.
Sakazuki, I don't think I've told you this yet. I've edited so many Sakazuki matches just because of how often or how many Sakazuki players we have.
Yeah. Oh,
And
I'm
I
sure it's
can't-
all the time.
I cannot tell you how often I say, he discards to draw a card, he discards to draw a card. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing this. It's fun. But
Discard
my
Lucci,
God,
discard Hino.
I can only say it so often.
Yeah. We all know how the deck plays at this point,
Yeah.
right?
So Enel passes, no turn 1 play.
Looks like he was really laboring over Amaru, thinking about future plays with that.
Ooh.
So hits a Yamato off of first life. Amazing.
That's
it.
so
He's got a lot of future plays at hand.
Yes. Yamato is such a good card in Enel. Honestly, Yamato's
It's
such a
a
good
Hina.
card.
Mancherry and Rebecca and Trash, I believe. Yeah.
Yep. And then leader
Not
effects to
particularly
trash the
different,
Hina.
but- Yep.
Or a Hina, at least. Yep. Rebecca and Mancherry were there. Oh, yeah.
Not ideal. He definitely wanted that in deck.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, that's the price you pay with playing the brand new and cannot search it. The good old Ohm, does he have the Holly?
Turn 2 own.
Holy, whatever. I honestly don't remember. It's been
Ugh.
so long since I've watched Skypiea, and it's printed as Holly for
I
some
know.
reason.
I say Holly. Nick 2 is very good about his pronunciation of everything being
Yep.
canon correct, and he always says holy, which definitely makes sense considering the theme of the
Yep.
arc. But
Well,
there's
you know,
2 L's on there. I always say Holly.
You know Enel. He is God. So he gets
I really
the
wish they
Holy.
would have done Aniru just to really anger the canon dorks.
Yeah. So the weird thing, he didn't swing here, did he?
No,
No.
he just played bodies and passed.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Oh no. In case he plays like Rebecca for Gadatsu, maybe. Is Evan learning this fast?
Oh, yeah. So I guess that's just the NL starve mode. It seemed like he was going aggro with the sheep. My God,
Soap
what is
sheep.
this?
So I told Phil to play this because it's a give -1 to 2 characters
Okay.
for 1 Don. Or maybe it's -2 to 2 characters.
Yeah.
Which is perfect for Rob Lucci
Yeah,
for
that's
this
that's
exact
really
situation.
Big. Yeah, okay.
I was the one that told Phil about this because I was like, that's a nuts combo. Why aren't you running this?
Oh,
he's
he
like,
does
all right.
have the Gadatsu in hand.
And he's like, all right, you're right. I'll run some. In all honesty, I think Evan just outplayed him.
And
here.
he already has a 2 Yamato. So he's got an L, 2 Yamato, Amaru. And I think like a beige or a cracker for the last one.
He'll take the 5-hit
Yep.
swing.
Easy
Get the
choice.
Shirahoshi. Another just yellow's got so many good trigger cards. I'm
Let's see what he
sorry.
pitches off of this.
Shirahoshi is just so good.
Because he actually has a really good hand, so I don't know what he probably pitches something that he just drew out of. Looks
Yeah,
like
maybe a Thunderbolt?
Maybe that Thunderbolt he probably pitches.
Because he looked.
He's down to 2 life now.
I saw
don't
the
think he wants
Thunderbolt
to
and Amaru. I didn't see what the third one was.
Yeah, maybe the second Amaru and the Thunderbolt. I would say.
As much as I love Thunderbolt, I think Thunderbolt in this situation just isn't needed.
It's really good against matchups where they're just not even gonna touch your life, like the mirror match.
Yes.
But in this instance, it looks like Phil's kind of rushing him down. So yeah, you don't need the Thunderbolt right now.
Yeah. No, that Thunderbolt's a good card, just not in this current situation.
He 1,000% anticipated a 4-drop going into his Gadatsu.
Yeah,
that was a very intentional move.
That's why, because at first I was confused, and not bragging, but I've played the game since the game release, and at first I was so confused. I was like, oh wait, I forgot there's like plays you can do now, utilizing not swinging. Like there are tactics to not swing, especially in yellow. With Gadatsu and stuff like that. Even Yamato.
Yeah. If you get late game and you can out like 7 costs, I mean, wow. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's so good. He definitely trashed a Ohm, it looks like. I see the 4. I'll mention it again, and I'll mention it now. I am getting a new camera boom, so it should be a more of a top-down view, and which should help with the glare and the framing issues. I do apologize. I know I've been saying it, but it is actually coming in on Thursday, so we should be good.
So looks like Evan's just
planning out.
It seems he should play this pretty quickly. It's Gadatsu the Lucci for sure.
Yes, and that's so he still has 1. Yep. I wonder if he's
really
debating.
over his decision.
I wonder if he's debating what to do with the 1-done. Does he swing again, or does he wait?
Yeah, that's definitely what he's thinking about.
Evan
does he attach or does he bait? I don't think
Phil's
the bait
got 5
is too
cards.
strong with Enel because not even every Enel plays. What's the 1 cost?
Vent?
Elthor, right?
Yes,
yeah, okay.
Elthor.
So I
the
don't
1
think
for
every
4.
Enel even plays Elthor, so I don't think baiting 1 is smart. I think you just attach and swing 6.
Yep. No, and Phil's got 5 cards in hand, so I don't think he's going to count. Well, is there a world where he counters? You usually take the first life as Sakazuki, but now that he's already gotten value off of the Gadatsu,
he doesn't have another Gadatsu in hand. He knows his what Don is he at? 6, right?
He's at 6.
So he's got 8 next turn, 2 turns away from starting to just drop Yamatos.
Yeah.
I think he feels pretty confident that he's not gonna, unless he draws a Gadatsu off a top deck, he's not going to want to play another Gadatsu.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it, and I sometimes wonder if Soap Sheep is worth it, or if it's worth it to just run the Ice Age.
Is he running that over Ice Age?
I don't know. I haven't actually looked at Phil Sakazuki deck for a while. The Sanji blocker off trigger. That's what you want, when you're playing it.
Oh, that's right. He even has Russian L for next turn, so that for sure.
His tempo is so good going on the next turn.
He'll
be at 8.
Ideal.
Yep. He'll hit 8 Don, play a rush, probably swing with everything he can.
Yep.
Trashes is that Kotori or Hotori? Whatever the 2K is.
Satori, I believe.
Satori,
actually.
wow. I'm way off. There's so many that are so similar.
Yeah, the 3 brothers.
Yep.
7-drop Boris.
Okay.
Yep,
Bottom deck
sure.
the Gadatsu, which is fine. I think a 6K
a
body is
body,
worse than a 5K, but I think that's the right play because it's also an 8K body, So Evan has 1 life. Phil still has 3.
But we all know how Enel runs. That
Yep.
1 life lasts a long
That 1 life
time.
keeps going and going and going.
Especially when you know Yamatos are incoming.
Yep. Phil leader ability.
Yep.
Still at 5 cards. 6 cards. Sorry, he went up.
Saka plays for you.
Yep.
Phil hasn't really been dumping hand, though. He hasn't played Rebecca's. He hasn't had to minus with Surus. He hasn't had to use Ice Ages.
True. He's
just been, looking at the board state, you would think Enel is the control deck, but
Yeah. Swings 5. Gets a blocker Borsellino off hand, which is interesting.
That is interesting. I don't know if that was the move right there.
Pays the 9 for the Yamato. Gains a life. Yep. Okay, so we were a little off on the curve.
I guess I was, yeah. Okay.
Oh, well. We're still hitting the same situation. All right. So Phil's got now a 9 cost, a 4 cost, and a Shirahoshi. I'm not even going to bother with the 5 cost because no one really cares about Shirahoshi. For on board, I mean.
Yeah.
But Phil's got to kind of get something off board here as Sakazuki, because that's just dangerous. Gives -2 to Sanji.
That's a bummer. That means he does not have the options to out the Yamato, which is really what he wanted.
Yep. That's a 9K
that
swing.
plus a Borsellino or something. I mean,
unless you can get a blocker out or something, you're in danger with that Yamato being on board.
yeah.
So you're right. You want to get them off. You want to get them out of there because 9K swings are dangerous. That's 3 cards at minimum.
I don't think Phil saw a Suru this game because if it would have been me, I would have out of that Yamato. But see,
He hard
okay,
casts
Hina's.
the Hina
Yeah.
to give -4, so it's a
To
2 and a 1 for a Rob.
Yep.
Yep.
So he could have outed the Yamato. I think that has a little more.
Well, because
value.
-4, -6 would have brought it down to 3, and then leader swing could have brought it down to 2, and then just Rob Lucci'd it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a world where he could have done it. I know Phil was saying that he just wasn't seeing some of the cards he needed.
Yeah, he needed Rebecca plays it to Hina. He had to
Yep.
hard casting Hina is obviously a sign of I don't have the Rebecca.
Well, and seeing that one getting trashed on the first brand new play, that just that's not what you want to see.
Which means he probably had to draw into that second Hina.
Yep.
I'm sure he was regretting that later when he didn't have a Rebecca to hit it back.
Because there is not a huge amount of there's not a world where you really ever want to trash those, and they're not exactly the easiest recurable.
Yeah.
Because Mancherry can get the Rebecca, right?
Yeah, but he trashed both of them. So
Yeah.
I mean,
another Yamato to just kill the Lucci that he just summoned.
yeah, that's rough, man.
Swings a 5K into life. Is he gonna get? I mean, Phil is okay. There's a Suru, which means he definitely
Interesting. So
could have
yeah.
gotten rid of it last turn.
I think his last turn was a bit of a misplay. I'd have to
A
know
little
exactly what he had in his hand, but I think there's a couple different lines he should have maybe considered.
Yeah. No, I'm in agreement. I think that was a bit of a misplay, but Phil learns from when he plays.
Yeah.
It takes him a little bit longer, but he gets there, and when he gets there, he's very dangerous.
I applaud him for taking at least different lines and trying different things.
Yeah.
But I think he could have done that a little differently.
A little bit. Because I think the Yamato was the big threat.
Well, he was playing in anticipation of 8-drop category, almost assuredly, right?
Yes.
He wanted that Shirahoshi gone. He didn't want another trigger off of it. But I think the value out in the Yamato is greater than an anticipated 8-drop. You know the 9-drop's on board, but you don't know the 8-drop's coming.
Well, because here he's going to swing 5, giving -1 to the fresh Yamato. It's all good. He's giving -1 to the fresh Yamato, and then Evan takes it, and he's considering whatever it is.
Considering trigger. L4.
L4.
I actually don't know that trigger.
I don't either. Oh.
Was it KO?
I'm guessing it KOs, a 3 or 4 cost or lower or something, I'm
Interesting.
guessing?
Okay.
Wow.
So preemptive against the Hound Blaze or something?
Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, even Phil doesn't know what the L4 trigger does.
Double check?
He had to do the triple take. Well, wait, hold on. It does what now?
It definitely happens, Phil. Sorry.
Oh, Phil.
Oh, now that's how you know he had a Hound Blaze in hand.
Yep.
When he triple checks that card.
All right. So
Okay, let's see what he's got here.
Yep. He's got 4 Don in hand. So he's playing. Oh.
Nope, just attaching and swinging. He
12
wants to
into
out
the
that
9,
Yamato.
which is. I don't want to say a bad play, but he must not have much in hand.
I think it's the only play.
Right.
The only way he survives another turn to possibly come up with something else is to out these Yamatos.
Yes.
He can't take these swings.
That's what I mean by he L-Thors.
Oh, wow.
He had the L-Thor in hand and L-Thor in trigger.
Yeah. And the one open, too. So that's why he was baiting the whole time.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And the Borsellino blocker. Which
Drop a blocker pass.
Yep. I mean, it's unfortunate that it's not the Rebecca, but
Yeah, you really
that's
need
why
Becca.
I say it's very indicative of what he's been, how this turn has gone, that Phil just doesn't have what he needs on play in hand. And I know by talking with my roommate Phil that that's the whole problem with Sakazuki. Like, you win or you lose. The third Yamato. Third Yamato. Honestly, I think that just seals it.
He must have top decked that one because he didn't have it
Yeah.
the whole time we were seeing his hand.
Yep.
Crazy.
No. That has to have been top decked, but it's just nuts.
Third Yamato.
So, I think I show up to check on the camera,
Yeah.
not here, but in a couple minutes, because we're about to see some, if I remember correctly, some unfortunate plays. So he swings 9.
So he doesn't lose this turn.
I don't think so.
No way, because he
Or-
just blocks out and takes the last one probably.
So he'll block now, block the second
Yep.
Yamato, which is smart. I mean,
And then he probably has counters for this Enel.
because at worst it's a 6K. It
He swings for 5. Definitely has a 1K option.
gives it a 2.
He
Gives
gave
it
it
the
2,
2K.
yeah. So Phil gets one more turn, but
It's-
I don't know what you could possibly do.
You
You need
2 ice.
multiple Rebeccas, I think.
Yeah, you need 2 Ice Ages, Rebecca's, and Rob Lucci's. And
Yeah.
I can see he has what looks to be a Meteor Volcano.
I think he has
2 of them?
multiple Hound Blazes.
Okay. Or Great Eruption. Sorry, I didn't mean
Great
Meteor
Eruption, sure.
Volcano. Draw 1, give -2. A little bit of backwards order, but, he got there.
So I think he top decked Rebecca too that turn, which is like
ideal.
that is ideal, but
Trash.
so
Did he
late in
draw-
the game
it
he
looked like
needed
he
it.
drew a Rob Lucci, which in any other matchup and in any other board state, I would say is really good. Not here.
Not here.
Very unfortunate.
He's getting all the options at the same time that he needed like 3 turns ago. It's
Yep.
really just an unfortunate series of cards.
So he's going to go 9 into one of the Yamatos, which I think, as you and I have discussed, is a play. I think he needs something.
It's just the only thing. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily going to work, but it's literally the only thing he can do.
So he got a 1K out of Evan and then plays a Rebecca, which, again, good card. Gets a Borsellino,
Yeah.
which he has enough to play.
I'm going to guess he plays that.
Yep.
Right.
Because it looks like he opts not to play anything from the Rebecca.
Yeah.
So he pays the 4 for the Borsellino and passes turn.
That's just the only way he can draw out to another turn.
Yep. And it's unfortunate because he I don't want to say he started out great, but he definitely started out on the pressure side of the thing where he was pressuring Enel, and it just quickly went down. Those Yamatos killing his board and Gadatsus and just everything.
Yeah,
really
cascading Yamatos is kind of a death sentence.
Yep. It put him back a couple steps. And when he's not seeing the cards he needs, he has 4 cards in hand. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Yamato loses to himself more than anything.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Swings 9.
Going to take the first one.
Okay. No trigger.
And I think he has almost no counter power in hand.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of events.
Swings
at least
9,
2.
Swings 9. Blocks. Is this... I think this is where I walked up.
Big
Was
meaty swing.
Right here. Just walking up, seeing 1 Borsellino on board and versus 3 Yamatos. I was like, I don't know what you do here, buddy. He's like, I don't either.
It's actually a bit of a blunder because I was sitting right next to him during this match, and he was asking, he's like, if those are all 2Ks, I guess you do have it. He had an Amaru in hand. He could have
Yeah.
even pumped one more off of it. He could have swung
actually-
for 16.
I think right here, I do actually, right as it cut, is
Yeah.
where I actually say, you have an Amaru, dude.
Yeah, you
And
could
he
have secured it.
He
yeah.
goes, oh, yeah, no, I just saw that.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, man. He's like, well, yeah, no, I'm learning, though. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you are, dude. You are getting dangerous.
Yeah. So that's him cleaning up with an L.
Yep. So
Running
that
into
was
the
third
last
round. that was third round. Enel versus Sakazuki. Evan's going to move on. At this point, we've got, let's see if I can remember off the top of my head. We've got Enel, obviously. We've got one Nami. I wonder who that is. I think we have, well, that's obviously it for undefeated.
Yeah, that was going into last round.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know why I was trying to think of more. There's a reason why my brain wasn't working. Okay.
Just 2 left for last
Yeah,
round, Jimmy.
yeah.
That's how it
Oh,
works.
Man, usually I'm tired. That's going to be my excuse for that one. So I think I'm good. But yeah, that was third round. Enel took it over Sakazuki, and like we said, that's the matchup we're probably going to see more often than not.
Yep.
Just looking at some statistics from the EU Nats, that seems to be what's going to be coming up a lot more.
Oh, yeah. Big
Or
time.
the Saka mirror.
Big time.
Yep.
And I think we're going to see people playing Saka hate as a result.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some counterplays. I think people are going to try to play against Sakazuki. I don't know if you've ever seen. Have you ever seen the degenerate kid list? There's a degenerate kid list, which is very funny. But it is literally only cards that rest things.
Yeah.
And then you just double swing with kid every turn.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
No blockers for you, buddy.
No, not at all. And it's like, it does okay.
Yeah.
It folds to yellow though.
Oh, for sure.
Enel.
You better pray you're
Yep.
facing Sakas all day.
Yep. Enel says no, you don't do anything, but Saka does all right.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see where the meta in our locals and the meta in the grand scheme of One Piece goes from here. But that was our third round.
It's a good match.
Yeah, it was. It was very good. Thanks for joining me, Charlie.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Hope to have you on more. Like I said, obviously we've got some more videos coming out soon. Some ideas we're throwing around too.
Absolutely.
Yep. So, anyways, that was our third round. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like the content. Have a good night.